Conference with the bride.
Conference with
Many young women are ignorant.
Many men
She
need to
knows
know
something
about the
approximate topography of the vagina,
organs,
the
and the
clitoris,
nature
the
of
hymen,
ejaculate.
the cervix, the uterus,
Also, everyone
the
should be
tubes,
given an
and the
idea
ovaries.
of the female
Also,
reproductive
an
tract,
explanation of how conception
especially
takes
the length,
place,
the size,
information
and
about the
course
length
of the
and the
vagina,
width, and the related
the
characteristics
location
of the vagina, because
and
it's
its
more girls than one would assume,
the
may help to
location
assure
and
occasional
characteristics of
baseless
the
worries
hymen,
about genital
and also
disproportions.
about the cervix and woman's inner organs. Also,
Major
maybe given
fears
an
of
idea
hemorrhage
of the
and
nature
severe
of
pain,
menses,
tearing, breaking,
the process
and
of
rupturing,
conception,
that defloweration
and the beginning
are not
of
unusual
pregnancy.
even today, and in most cases can be corrected by explaining the anatomy of the hymen. Some pointers on honeymoon
Any
behavior
fear
may
of
be
injuring
indicated
a
at
bride
this
of
point.
small stature,
Not to
or
consider
worries
balloon
about
lacking
having
in virility
too
with
small a
defloweration,
penis for a
or
woman of
even
large
first intercourse
stature,
does not take
can be
place the first
disposed
night
of
for various reasons.
Also,
A word of
there should be a
caution,
discussion of
instruction, and the proper
defloweration,
attitude,
although some caution is
as the husband
indicated
should
here,
be,
as the husband may
potent
become
the first night
nervous
because of
or
overexcitement,
agitated if
extreme
defloweration
anticipation,
should occur later with
alcoholic
greater ease than the
excess,
physician's
various
talk
other
made him
reasons.
anticipate.
And in some
Or if the
instances,
bride is
a
actually
reminder to schedule
no
the wedding
longer a
after,
virgin intact,
rather than
but
before
the
the
husband was
menstrual
unaware
period.
of this. If the latter finding is made on gynecological examination, or from the
Fears,
history,
such as the
or
man has
merely
to penetrate the small cavity of the
implied by the
womb in
bride,
order to
the
inseminate,
discussion
and
of
that thus he may
defloweration
cause
of the
internal
groom
injury
should be
and
omitted
infection,
or
has been
evaded.
known to cause some brides to keep resisting complete phallic emission, or the belief that ejaculation in the lower
A discussion of defloweration
equivalent
would include the
withdrawal
importance of
has led to
gentleness
time
and patience on the
and
man's
managed
part in
pregnancy.
overcoming the bride's
Some
resistance
physicians prefer to help
or
an
fear
apprehensive
so as not
virginal
to cause
patient
future
insert a
sexual
lubricated
difficulties
glass
after.
tube to
Often
demonstrate
such advice has
the
to be
relative
balanced by
painlessness
assuring
of defloweration,
excessive fear
as well
of
as
causing pain or hemorrhage
and
to the
direction
bride
of her
to an
mysterious
extent
sex
which may
organs.
inhibit the normal vigor of the phallic thrust. There should be instruction
The young
also
bride
on the
often needs to be
possible
told
need
that
for
women have no
lubricating the
ejaculations
penis,
as men have.
sheathed or
The
unsheathed,
significance
that
or lack of
defloweration
significance
as well as during
of the presence or the
subsequent
absence
acts.
of cervical mucus at orgasm should be explained, as some women and their husbands believe that they are
This
unresponsive
guidance may
and
be
frigid
combined with some
unless they
advice on
discharge
honeymoon
copiously.
behavior. For instance,
It should be mentioned that
complete
orgasms in a
intercourse
woman
is not
are a desirable
necessarily
part of
expected
sexual
of him during
relations,
the first night,
but it may take a few months
especially if
before
conditions
orgasm
of
is
unrest
intense
and
and rare,
nervousness
and that a
or
woman's multiple
excitement
orgasms
due to the
during
wedding
one sex
or the
act
circumstances of travel prevail.
and that
It
she
is
will naturally
inadvisable
be
to
slow in
nocturnally
coming to her
travel
husband, and
to
that it is
destination
perfectly
during the
legitimate
first night
if she
in
encourages
order
her
to
husband
initiate
either to
marital
experience
relations
patience
at
by
somewhere
having
in a
back
hotel
or
or
to indulge in
motel.
pre-coital foreplay,
It is also
such as gentle
inadvisable to
caresses,
attempt first intercourse,
tenderness, and
especially
perhaps
defloweration,
genital stimulation
in an
in
uncomfortable
advance of the act.
conveyance, car, railroad berth, etc. Or to have first
She
intercourse,
also may
in
need to
fact,
be
any
acquainted
part of the
to some
honeymoon
degree
in the home of the
with the male
parents or other
anatomy
relatives
and
of friends,
physiology,
or wherever there is a
topography
lack of
and the
physical
function of the
and
penis,
psychological
the
privacy,
scrotum, and the testes,
and that to indulge
the
excessively in
location
alcohol
of the narrow
drinks
urethra,
before the first
including
coitus,
mention that drops of urine will
it
not
may lead to temporary
contaminate her
impaired
organs,
potency,
and that she
harmless
need
in
not fear
itself,
that an
but
overexcited
sometimes
husband
the
will
cause of
urinate in her
psychologic
by mistake.
complications. Generally, hectic journeying from locality to locality during the honeymoon Also,
would seem to be
that men do not have menstruation
than a fixed
or any equivalent thereof. The nature of men's ejaculation, and that the masculine sex
It is
drive
useful
is not
to say a few words about the nature of sexuality in women, especially that it is normal for a girl to be desirous and responsive. That women experience orgasms but have no ejaculations, although cervical secretions may be present
beyond those already mentioned.
That women are not oversexed or perverted if they have several orgasms in quick succession,
that she is not strong enough,
or if they express desire to be stimulated in various ways before or during the act.
May be requested to caution
The groom should be instructed in ways of making reasonably simultaneous orgasms,
very often
both
constitute
partners possible,
conscious or unconscious,
either by self-restraint before coming,
perturbing sex,
or by stimulating the bride's responsiveness by general or even genital caresses,
or
before the sexual
petting
act proper.
the genitalia, or reactions in some way, so as to make the past indulgence obvious to the husband.
The need for many women for tenderness after the act,
of a childhood
holding rather than turning away, may be mentioned.
Rarely is doing such a girl a good
However, these
simply
particular emotions
the request
are best aimed for the marital life which follows the honeymoon period.
An attempt to find and correct the underlying motive should be made. If this proves to be impossible,
advise some proper positioning
evaluation should be considered.
During intercourse.
The milder
often
cases,
rather
frank
necessary
discretion of sex
that the man's weight should be partially supported by his elbows and knees rather than being a dead weight in vigorous, especially where there is disproportionate stature, or that ordinarily in the basic or normal position it has been observed man's legs are placed inside the woman may be motivated by questions related to the frequency of intercourse, abstinence during the wife's menses, required by use need not rather than by actual premarital experience. Mental linking, however, with vulgarity, he may be asked about worries regarding erotically over fastidious past or over-sensitive masturbation, homoerotic modesty, fear of being observed, preoccupations concerning his genital or sharing a bed room with another person, and a fear of manifesting her own sexual impulsiveness and enjoyment, or her husband bears essentials, the sexual act consists of the insertion of the erect penis, fear of pregnancy, distaste for motherhood, and a series of thrusting motions, during which the organ does not leave the coital channel. In the presence of obvious, usually the act is terminated after the man ejaculates. If normally the phallus advances throughout the length of the vagina, the glands brushing against the tip of the cervix may acquire brief psychiatric vaginal in order to prevent serious. The woman's normal role is not passive, but she delivers pelvic counter thrusts of varying vigor. Details of coital technique are regarded most frequently as a responsibility of the humans, unlike most animals, most probably have no instinctive knowledge of how to cope. Women cannot be considered a monster. They must learn this from hearsay, sex instruction, demonstration, or other sources, and by body motion. For instance, and if totally naive couples have been known to resort to near or guide phallic emission because they were unacquainted with their course inexperience.